Bank of America, the second largest bank in the United States by total assets, last week approved trading of Bitcoin futures for some clients, according to people familiar with the matter. Some clients are setting up to trade Bitcoin futures, which are cash settled, and one or two may have already gone live, sources say. In May, Goldman Sachs also started offering Bitcoin derivatives to investors. And joining us now to discuss crypto adoption is Mike Belshe, CEO of BitGo, a digital asset platform handling custody and trading for institutions. Welcome to the show, Mike. So Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, are these your clients by any chance? Can you name any institutions you're working with who are warming up to the new financial system?
Well, you know, one of the parts of being a good service provider is you don't talk about your clients per se. I can't say Goldman Sachs publicly invested in BitGo several years ago, and what we've seen in the run up over the last 9 months or so, what's been such a bullish thing for the industry is that institutions are all participating. I mean, frankly, we had institutions coming to the market back in the last run up, 2017, 2018. They didn't quite see the infrastructure that they needed in order to participate at that time. And most of them kind of handed it off to family offices and others to participate. But in this last 9 months, and a lot of it fueled by the backdrop of the pandemic, they're able to participate. They look around and they see a system that they can utilize. It doesn't have overburdened counterparty risk that they're subject to. There's a little bit of market structure around it. Regulatory compliance is much better understood. And overall, that's why we had such a great 9 months.
So we're seeing the crypto markets fall back right now. So are you saying institutions, they want to enter crypto there, or are they still in a wait and see kind of mode, or are they just behind altogether?
Everybody we talk to is still moving forward. It is true that we're seeing a bit of a retreat kind of in the right now, but none of these institutions are saying, oh, we're gonna back off and come back in a few years or anything like that. The Bitcoin in particular asset class has proven that it's here to stay. This is no longer a 5-year-old thing. This is a 12-year-old industry. And it's here to stay. So they see the writing on the wall for that, and they're looking to participate. The backdrop of the money printing that's occurred with stimulus, and a new lever for the government to pull, I suppose, just further amplifies the reasons why digital assets Bitcoin is so valuable.
Mike, I wonder if you can contrast this with what is happening with Binance. They're in damage control mode right now. They're facing a lot of regulatory challenges all over the world, seemingly coordinated almost. Was it a mistake to grow too fast and not play the long game that other exchanges like Coinbase and Bitstamp played?
Look, this is an emerging technology, and how do you participate in a legal way is not as obvious as you'd like it to be. BitGo started one of the most, I think, mature companies in the space, having been all the way back in 2013. And when you talk to attorneys, about what's the right way to interface with the market, attorneys are without their tools. Typically, they would lean on case precedent, examples of how others are doing business. And when it comes to digital assets, in addition to having all of the questions they have about this very different type of technology, they don't have any case precedent. So, look, Binance, I think, getting clarity on how it's going to participate in the market, what its regulatory framework is going to be nothing but goodness for the overall industry. It's going to clean things up. My biggest fear is not what happens or doesn't happen with Binance. Actually, one of the challenges I think we've had with the banking system is once you build a tremendous amount of regulatory hurdles, you could actually end up stomping on innovation. And we saw this, before digital assets and blockchains came to market. There aren't a lot of new banks being created in the United States, and we really, really need the system to improve. So I hope that we can get regulatory clarity without squashing innovation.